Then one day, this guy came with a camera, with a DSLR. Then he took a photo of me. I was like, wait. When I saw the photo, I couldn't believe it because I was just standing out from the background and the blur was just so nice. I think he had a 50. They call it the Nifty 50. My name is Gerald. I'm a photographer and videographer, aged 30 years. I'll be turning 31 later this year. Yeah, and it has been a beautiful journey for the last probably over 6 years in photography and film. But growing up, I grew up in Mukumu, that is in Kakamega, Western Kenya. I went to school at, we used to call the school Ilala. It's Mukumu Boys St. Ignatius. That's why I went to primary, then I later moved to St. Joseph's Academy in Kakamega. That's where I studied from class 4 all the way to class 8, sat my KCSE, went to Kamusinga, I did KCSE, and then later on, I moved to Strathmore for CPA. So I did accounting for a bit, and then I moved to JKUAT. I did electrical engineering for 5 years. Then eventually, I used to like traveling so much. So I used to like traveling. Every weekend I could go out, talk to a couple of people, just explore new places all around. Then one day, this guy came with a camera, with a DSLR. Then he took a photo of me. I was like, wait. When I saw the photo, I couldn't believe it because I was just standing out from the background and the blur was just so nice. I think he had a 50. They call it the Nifty 50. So the blur was so nice. And I was like, wait, what camera is this? So that was actually one of the first times I interacted with the DSLR. I was probably in my 3rd year. At that time we had gone to Mount Kenya. There are some falls over there. There's this team we used to travel with, they're called Kenya Outdoors. Yes, so traveling with them, and then I got closer to the guy, asked him a couple of questions about the photography bit, and that's when I knew about the f-stop and the blur and the background blur and all that. Yeah, so I saved up, I got a camera, and then I started shooting for fun and just trying to explore and know everything around it. So I actually never went to school to study photography. I was searching most of the things on YouTube, just trying to check them out and trying them out. If I find something that I can do, just going online, searching for a video, trying to see how someone has done it. Yeah, that's basically how I got into photography. So I started off in accounting and engineering, and then now I moved to photography. So my mom doesn't like photography as such. She's always like, hizo kamera zako, hizo kamera zako. But then she wants me to get, I think because they want me to get something in their eyes that seems kind of stable and able to support someone with, let's say, probably health benefits, insurance, and all that kind of stuff. So they don't actually understand the entrepreneurial aspect. Because for me, I felt like most of the time, I was just doing business. Like, this is another interesting story. From my first business, I started in class 6. Yeah, that time I was installing, Windows XP for a couple of people all around. Yeah, and they used to pay me like 1,000, 2K. And that time was when was that? So it was probably in 2006. That was 6. So at that time, my mom used to wonder why I always had money, and then I didn't used to ask him for money like my siblings. So she was a bit curious, but then I told her I had a big CD bag. It had like 200 CDs for different softwares, for different operating systems and stuff. So I've always known you can hustle and you can just get a business going. Moving to high school, yeah, I was selling games and songs, burning for people songs and CDs, so it was bringing in something as well. Yeah, and then in campus, this time we had, what was it called? We had data bundles. Yeah, so I started that business with a friend of mine, and then we used to sell electronics as well. My friend is called Jarvis Otieno. Yeah, so we used to sell all that online. That was mostly online. So someone would send you money, then you'd send them the data that you had bought from SAF, but now you'd send them in smaller bits. Coming into photography, I experienced a couple of challenges. I'd say I made so many mistakes because I didn't exactly have a mentor or someone who could guide me along the way. I think I would have made less mistakes if I had someone who would have guided me along the way, step by step, telling me not to do this, telling me to do this, telling me the mistakes I did while scripting or in my composition. I really feel like that would have been something that would have been an added advantage if I had that. I'm more into lifestyle photography. That's everything around food, travel, portraits. I like shooting people and just seeing people's smiles on their faces. Yes, and basically showcasing how people live and creating memories for clients. If you're someone who would want to join the creative space, the content creation space that is, I would say there are very many opportunities at the moment for you, and you can be able to explore all that. The first thing would be to just see something that you really like, something that you can easily talk about, and then that you can be able to express in a creative way so as to find your own specific style. And if you find your style, it will be very easy for you to be able to express whatever you want in as much detail as possible. And right now there are so many platforms, because when we started there were quite a limited number of platforms. Right now TikTok has creator programs, and it also provides tips for creators and all that. And there are so many people you can learn from and try to emulate their style or try to work around to formulate your own style. Yes, I feel like right now there are more opportunities. So Cameras Africa has always been part of my career since I acquired the Godox V1N, I think the one for Nikon. Yeah, and I really like it because it's quite intelligent. You can actually shoot with the flash and it maintains the ambient lighting. You see now it gives you the pleasant photo. So when you put the mode ITTL, think eyes for intelligent, I think so. Yeah, it really balances out the nice really properly and exposes your subject in such a beautiful way. I really like it. And I've also acquired the Rode Wireless Go 2, and it's a change gamer. I've used it for quite a number of interviews, and it is just exceptional. The key features I can mention about it are the range. It has quite an awesome range, and it comes with 2 mics. The pack comes with 2 microphones, 2 receivers, that is. No, 2 transmitters. The microphones are the transmitters, and then you hook the receiver to the microphone, and it has that thing for cancelling noise. What is it called? Yeah, it has that feathery stuff. I've forgotten the name, but its transmission quality is also really nice. Each of the microphones have, I think, 4 GB. 4 GB, they can back up your audio. So whenever you're out of range, you can easily reconnect and recover the audio. So you'll have the audio to the camera, and if the cable is not properly connected, you can easily get the audio from the microphone. That as well. And I was also advised with the lighting when I wanted to get an SL160 to light my videos, but then I resorted to get a Xeon 5 Ray 100 light because it has different modes and it also has different settings with the intensity varying from 0 to 100. It has really helped me with regard to portability. I'm able to carry it various places. It's more portable than SL160 and it also has its own battery. Okay, the final thing I'd say, okay, there are quite a number of things we got from here. DJI Mavic Mini drone. When I got it, I didn't know how to fly a drone, but then Cameras Africa guided me on how to be able to fly a drone, and it was short and sweet. Eventually, I went back to YouTube and and got to learn my way around it. Some of the best work I've done in my career, definitely, notably, is TikTok. I've been shooting for TikTok for quite a while now, the last, I think, 2 years. The last project we did with TikTok was with Eve Minette and TikTok on TikTok Safety. That was in Nyeri with the Foundry Scouts. And another interesting client I've worked with is Noga Sports. There we were able to empower athletes by showcasing their skills and using data to be able to enhance their abilities as well. Another one was I did a project for GIZ that was in Western, it was with regard to the carbon neutral in parts of Western, Bungoma and Kakamega. I also worked in collaboration with DTA agency for, for malaria campaign in Homa Bay and Nyanza regions. Then, which other one? Yeah, I feel like those are some of the most interesting ones, especially the ones in Western where we're able to interact with different farmers. We were able to get to learn the different ways through which there can be carbon neutral farming. Yes, I feel like that's some of the most interesting projects. So I'd like to tell my mom that photography is still a career, and and I still apply electrical and electronic engineering. Yeah, cameras nowadays come with a lot of AI, especially the phones, a lot of AI processing, and it is an interesting field. I've seen the drone technology coming up, so I should be able to proceed with my electrical engineering career within photography as well. So my personal Instagram handle and handle across all the other platforms is Gerald, and I am also really interested in tech and the current AI space, which is something I'm really pushing for. And I have a channel, it's called Neural Nexus. I started it on TikTok first, post a couple of videos. I have a couple of videos on TikTok and it's going. There I'm able to demystify various things about AI and the latest tech. That should be, I'm sure that will lean more towards photography because I'm a photographer and videographer, but I'll be able to showcase various applications of AI, like the most recent one, you've seen how the drone was being used to track the F1 car. You've seen Sora and other AI generators in the market. And we also have video generation in Premiere Pro and image generation for Photoshop and CapCut and all the other apps that have come. One tip I'd give to a content creator or anyone out there is, okay, I'd probably go with the quote. It's from Bill Gates. It says, you have to keep looking. You don't settle. As with all matters of the heart, you know when you find it. So I feel like you should keep pushing, you should keep having consistency and discipline in your art or whatever you're doing, and eventually you will see the results. Most of my clients came through my referrals, and you know, with a referral you can't argue with that. It's usually really nice for someone to see you're worthy to work with, and they can be able to refer their friend, their family, colleague or loved one to you for you to do the work for them. So it really means they've appreciated the work and they really want to do more with you. Cameras Africa, equipping storytellers.